If I could get $1 for every person that came up to me and told me that I could not possibly be black, I would have thousands of dollars right now, and I'm not even kidding. The Aswa Show. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So in today's video, the topic is being called an Oreo and why we need to stop calling kids in middle school, in high school, and in college Oreos for literally just existing. So the term Oreo is used by black kids and sometimes even white kids to target black kids that do not act the stereotype of what people want black people to be. So when I was younger, I was called an Oreo, and so were most of my siblings. One thing I should clarify is that I am also Somali. So my ethnicity is Somali, but my race is black. So I have been attacked by racists and Islamophobes throughout my life, and I can differentiate, because if someone calls me the N-word, a white person calls me an N-word like a racial slur, it's obviously they're attacking me for my race. But if someone tells me to go back to my country or tells me to dress like an American, then they're obviously targeting me because of my religion. The reason why I made this video is because one of my younger cousins told me one day when she came over to visit, she said that in her school kids were still like they were teasing her, calling her an Oreo. So I decided to make this video to kind of go off on a rant on why I just find this term very harmful and just overall disgusting, because I don't understand why you would call a little kid an Oreo for literally just existing in life. When I was younger, I was called an Oreo for no reason at all. I was called an Oreo for things that are not supposed to be exclusively white things. Like, why are you calling me an Oreo because I read books? Or why are you calling me an Oreo because I have hobbies or I like things that pretty much every other kid in this entire country is obsessed over? One reason why I can't stand the term Oreo and why y'all need to stop using that word to describe black kids is because you guys use the term Oreo for things that you want to make exclusive to white people that they do not deserve to have exclusive to them. For example, literacy is not supposed to be an exclusively white thing. I don't understand why a black kid that loves to go to the library and rent out books to read is considered an Oreo thing to do. Why are you trying to discourage little kids, little black kids, for reading, for telling them that it's like a white thing to like books? Another reason why people call black kids Oreos is because of the way they talk. AAVE is a type of way of speaking English that only some black kids are raised to speak that way, which is not wrong. It is not incorrect. It is just a way of speaking English. And I was not raised to speak that way because my parents don't speak that way. My parents, their first language was Somali, and my mom, she speaks 3 languages, but English was her most recent one, and my dad's second language is English. So when we were raised, my parents learned English partly from us growing up, and also from listening to the news and listening to other people around them who were predominantly white. So we did not grow up with AAVE. So my problem is, growing up in the suburbs and raised with parents that do not speak AAVE, why are you calling me an Oreo because of the way I'm talking right now? Why do I have to pretend that I was raised to speak in a certain type of English to fit in with blackness? That's my problem. It's like, oh, you're so articulate. You're so white. The way you're talking, you're so white. Why am I white though? If you see a black girl that knits, why are you considering it as, oh, she's an Oreo, she's an Oreo, oh, she likes Starbucks, oh, she's an Oreo? Why is she an Oreo for literally liking what everybody else in the country is obsessed over? Why is getting a pumpkin spice latte in October and pumpkins and, you know, the smell of pumpkin spice in the air when you're driving through Starbucks, like, why do you associate that purely with whiteness, and then you accuse every black girl that secretly grabs one like white? Most African cultures, we incorporate weaving or knitting. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like the way people describe black people and how they're supposed to be is disgusting in itself, because I don't think black people should represent illiteracy, bad behavior, loudness, So like another reason why I was called an Oreo wasn't just because I lived in the suburbs. Another reason was because I was not loud or disrupting my class in school, in college. Because I was just like, you know, just sitting there minding my business, everybody kept calling me an Oreo, like, oh, you can't possibly be black because you're not loud. And it's like, okay, so how many introverted kids have you come up to, black kids that were just minding their business? How many of them that were shy or introverted or just, you know, minded their business, how many of them did you come up to and say the exact same thing, that they can't be black because they're not loud or screaming and like acting weird? Like you're like, if I could get $1 for every person that came up to me and told me that I could not possibly be black, I would have thousands of dollars right now, and I'm not even kidding. I didn't want to go to a suburban high school. I didn't want to. I didn't want to be the token black girl in school and literally be surrounded by white kids that half of them did not like me and went out of their way to ostracize me and make me not one of them. I am very fortunate to not be bullied in high school. I can say that with confidence. But I was made to not feel like I belonged. People did not want to associate with me, either through prejudices or ideas that their parents had, or just because they didn't want to. A lot of my siblings struggled in high school, and so have I. And what frustrates me is like, why are you punishing me for that? I was literally begging my mom. I was like, Koya, please take me out of this country. Please, I don't want to go to this school. I hate it here, because it was so frustrating to explain to my mom how alone I felt. And I was just so frustrated. Like, imagine going to high school and feeling so alone and frustrated and just surrounded by white, like, I'm not trying to hate on white people, right? But it's like, imagine being surrounded by kids that went out of their way to make you feel like you're garbage, but not bully you. So it's like, imagine going through all that and then come to people of color, specifically black people and Somali people both. You go up to them and they're like, oh, you act so white. Do you think you're better than us? Oh, you know, you're so quiet. You don't act black. You don't act Somali. So yeah, my overall problem with calling kids Oreos till this very day is just like, you're punishing kids for trying to adapt, for literally going to a school they didn't ask to go to. I don't know how to explain this well. I don't think I'm doing a good job. I'm just ranting at this point. But it's like, you're associating anything. Like, for example, a two-parent household. Why are you associating high divorce rates with only black kids? Like, the way people make such ignorant and uneducated comments is just absolutely mind-blowing to me. Because it's like, oh, your parents are together. Oh, that's such an Oreo. Like, why are you associating anything that's not pain and suffering with whiteness? Like, oh, you're not in poverty, you're not struggling in life. Oh, you're such an Oreo, you live such a white person life. Why are you associating financial freedom or just not struggling or being homeless or just struggling to get the bills paid? Why are you associating struggle and pain with blackness? Like, I understand black kids who internalize like anti-blackness and, you know, go out of their way to look down on other people, but why are you automatically assuming that kids who grow up in the suburbs, black kids, are looking down on you? Like, I've had people literally tell me, oh, I thought you were better than everyone, for no reason at all. And it's like, just because I was not loud or I was not smiling at everybody, there's something called being shy and just uncomfortable with new environments. Like, I don't understand how not being a social butterfly equals to whiteness. It just really hurts my brain. It's like, let black kids who don't live a certain way exist, okay? Like, let black kids that like anime and like K-pop, let them exist. Like, I don't understand how y'all are literally coming after black kids that wear beanies, black kids who wear Uggs, black kids who want to go to, I don't know, a pumpkin patch field. Like, why do you have a problem with that? Like, why does it bother you so much? It's not a crime. It's like, these kids are literally not doing anything to you. They're not hurting you. They're not attacking you. It's like, you're taking their existence as an insult. And it's like, we didn't ask to be surrounded by white people when we were younger, but at the same time, I just don't appreciate how just the way I talk, the way I want to live my life, the way I want to dress, I don't know, the way I behave in general. Apparently being quiet and reserved, or just not talking all the time and not being super loud, is considered white. It's like, why are you doing that though? And yeah, that's all I wanted to say in this video. I know I'm super frustrated right now, because just thinking about the past and how people used to just constantly, oh, you're so white, Oreo, white. It's like, it just irritates my soul. And the fact that little kids, my own family, are going through it like right now and being called like an Oreo till this day, it just blows my mind. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say in this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.